Hi everyone. In this video, we will see how to write values inside Excel file using Excel application activities. For performing this operation, we can use two activities, set values cells activity and push values activity. Set values cells activity set the values of a specified cell range in the active worksheet. Push values activity push the values in the active worksheet is started from the active cell, and then active cell is moved to be ready for the next push. Now let's implement this activity in our automation. If you remember, in previous videos we have created this automation in which we read Excel file called employees Excel file. We have implemented these steps which are open workbook and read values. Now we will implement the activities of setting the values inside this Excel file. Right now, the Excel data looks like this. It contains 4 rows and 10 columns. What if we want to enter a new row which contains only first name and last name? For this, let's implement the activity set values. I have already searched activity set values in my tool section. I will drag and drop this activity from my tool section to my automation. I will place this activity before close workbook activity. This activity asks for the input parameters, range definition, values, and list direction. Out of these three input parameters, range definition and values are mandatory fields. Range definition we have already seen in case of getting the values. For values, f- it asks for the list of values that need to be entered. The parent list is a list of rows and the child list is a representing a row in Excel. So we want to write the values for the range definition A5 to B5. So I will enter the range as A5 to B5. I will click on check expression and save expression. Then in the field of values, I will enter a list of list, and the child list contains only one row. That is two values inside one row. Let enter the first name as Will and last name as Smith. So we have entered a list of a single child list, and the inside child list represent first row. We will click on check and save the expression. We will save the automation, and before running the automation, we will close the file open. We have closed the file, and now let's run the automation. The automation opens the Excel file. Use the activity get value related to get values, read the Excel file, and then use the activity set values and write the Excel file, and then save the Excel file. We have to open the Excel file in order to see if it has written the values. And if we can see in the fifth row, it has written Will and Smith. That means set values worked correctly. Now let's see how to write the values using the activity push values. Push values activity pushes the values of lists from the starting from the active cell. If we you see we have set the active cell A6 here, and we will save the Excel file and we will close the Excel file. What if we want to add another row? as A6 and B6. We will use activity push values. We will drag and drop this activity in our automation. This automation asks for the values as the mandatory field. Values again, same as in case of set value cells activity, we have to give in a list of list. It also asks us other parameters like move direction, list direction, and additional offset. Right now, we will only use the input parameter values. And again, we will give a single row with two values. Let's say this time we will enter the value John Wick. We will save the expression, we will save the automation, and we will deactivate the step number 8. We will save the automation and run the automation. If you see, in case of push values, we don't need to give cell range. That means we can start pushing the values from the last active cell. We will see if it has written the values by opening the Excel file. If you see in the sixth row, it has pushed the values John Wick. So we have seen the use of push values and set values cells activity. That's all from this video, and let's meet you in the next video.